All right, what's up, everybody? What's going on? Trying something new here. Trying something new. But what's up, everybody? This is Chris Harrell. Trying to go live on a new platform here, but it doesn't want to work for me here. So I'm gonna just go live right here. Because I don't know what's even in there. So let's see. All right, well, we'll do this. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. All right, I gotta figure that out later. Awesome. What's up, everybody? What's going on? Guys, I just want to pop on really quick and have a chit chat conversation with you all about the Business with God challenges starting in 7 days, my friend. And man, listen, I just want to share this little brief story, this little powwow with you. This little powwow. All right, and just tell you the backstory of this, and how all this came about. Because bottom line is this, guys. I've been doing a lots of prayer over the last several months. I mean, lots of prayer. And the minute you know me, guys, I'm Chris Harrell, aka the Kingdom Marketing Superman. And I've been full-time online since 2016. And I've had a lot of success in my business, right? I mean, I was able to go from zero to over six figures in only 59 days. Um, I've been able to generate multiple six figures in my business the past several years. I've been able to help other coaches, consultants, and experts go from zero to six figures in less than a year, go from zero to multiple six figures in less than a year with my system and coaching and everything I do as well. So we've done well. We've had clients that have done very well, very well. But one thing that God began to reveal to me, and it's really been like the last 9 months I've been dealing with this, guys. I just haven't told a lot of people. Literally, less than a handful of people know. The last 9 to 12 months, God has really been just dealing with some things in my business, and it got to a point where God began to convict me. Some things were beginning to happen and unravel in business, and it got to the point where God almost had to shut me down and began to impel upon my spirit that I've been doing business for God, but not necessarily business with God. See, that's a huge difference. A lot of believers in business, what I like to call kingdom entrepreneurs, right? You may say Christian business owner or whatever you want, but I typically use the word kingdom quite a bit in my vocabulary. But a lot of believers in business are doing business with God. I mean, doing business for God, but not necessarily doing business with God. And God was revealing that to me, that I was doing the exact same thing, right? Praying just for business success. And doing all kinds of things and putting God's name on it because it sounded right. And God began to convict. And God began to make things change that I didn't want to change. So God has a way of getting your attention and forcing you to pivot and make things change. And since I'm very determined, who am I determined, folks? Very persistent, right? We have you have that quality about yourself where you're very determined, you're very persistent, right? Right. Perseverance is a strong attribute of yours. I'm the same way. And I began to have friction in business, but based off my past mindset is always to break through that friction, bust through that wall. Don't let nothing stop you, right? But when you try, and things just like, man, what's going on, God? You realize, oh, this is the hand of God, right? And God has a way of getting your attention. And literally for the last 9 months or so, 12 months or so, God has been doing things to get my attention in business. And one thing that he really began to impel on, I'm gonna share 3 nuggets with you guys really quick. I'm gonna share 3 nuggets with you. So if you got a pen and pad, take out your pen and pad. I'm gonna share 3 powerful nuggets. One powerful nugget is you have to get to the place where you choose alignment over achievement. Right? See, as I mentioned, we've had great success in our business, right? We was able to go from 0 to 6 figures in only 59 days. We've had clients go from 0 to 6 figures in less than a year. We've had clients go from 0 to multiple 6 figures in less than a year. So we've had great success. We've had great impact. But things were beginning to be out of alignment. You know, things could be going good on the surface, but there also can be some misalignment that can begin to take place. And you won't notice until it's probably bam, ready to hit you in your face. Right. And for myself, these things with these different things that are popping up, these challenges are popping up were birthed from a deeper desire to align, to align every part of my business with God's voice. Right. And not just external things, but getting a pure alignment, right? See, I wasn't out of order morally. It was more spiritually based off of intention. Right? Based off of intention. And so God had to reveal to me that alignment is greater than achievement because we live in a world based off achievement, right? I mean, nothing against this stuff, but there are certain tools and platforms and communities out there, that use plaques as a way to get you to identify yourself with success, right? And what can happen is you can begin to strive for these plaques. Why? Because hey, if you got a plaque, that means that you're a successful person. That you're someone smart. You're someone good. You're someone awesome. And subconsciously, if you don't have a plaque, you can believe I'm not anyone good. I'm not anyone awesome. I'm not, this thing. Because we have a world built off of achievement. And we get to identify our life and our business, ourselves, and more in the realm of achievement, and begin to get out of alignment with what God put us here on this planet to do. Ask me how I know, right? So that was one of the very first things God began to reveal to me. Second thing was that refining always comes before releasing. God revealed to me a powerful scripture, literally just a couple of days ago in the middle of my studies. And I know I read it before several times, but for some reason it felt like it was just a big spotlight on it that I cannot forget about it. If you go to Psalm 105:19, Psalm 105:19, there's a powerful, powerful verse. And I don't have enough time to get the whole context of this. You can check out my Business with God podcast. We'll do a lot of that kind of stuff, or go to my YouTube channel, Christopher Harrell, on my YouTube channel. But I just want to share this one verse with you. But this one verse is talking about Joseph. So the psalmist here was kind of giving a recap of Israel, different things that were happening. And he mentioned Joseph in about 6 or 7 verses here. And one thing that hit me like a ton of bricks was verse 19. Now, the New American Standard says, until the time that his word came to pass, the word of the Lord tested him. Now, I'm going to read you a different translation, but before I do, the reason why I love the New American Standard is it's probably the best version of the Bible in English that's closer to the original Hebrew and Greek. It's way better than King James and all that, right? And so this word here, tested. I'm going to read it again. Until the time that his word came to pass, whose word? Here it's talking about Joseph's word, the dreams that Joseph had. So the time that his word came to pass, the word of the Lord tested him. This word tested in the Hebrew actually means refined. So read it that way. Until the time that his word came to pass, the word of the Lord tested and refined him. Meaning that God was testing and refining Joseph's character while he was being thrown in the pit by his brothers, while he was being thrown in prison from a lying, Potiphar's lying and seductive and lustful wife, right? While he was being forgotten about in the prison when he was interpreting dreams for people who worked for Pharaoh, right? While he was being thrown in chains, thrown in fetters, all those things, right? God says that I'm gonna read to you. I'm gonna read to you the New Living Translation as well. It's pretty powerful. But the New Living Translation, Psalm 105:19 says, until the time came to fulfill his dreams, whose dreams? Joseph's dreams, the Lord tested Joseph's character. So the Lord refined Joseph's character. See, all those things were part of God's plan. Now, whoever signed up for a life like that? No one. But who would want a life the way Joseph had a life? Everybody. Why? This being the prime minister, the vice president of the most powerful nation on the planet. Who wouldn't want that? Right? And having the favor of God all over your life. Right? But look what he had to go through for that to take place. And God was doing it to test his character, to refine him. God refines us like gold. And when gold is refined, gold has to go through the fire. So refining always comes before releasing. See? So I've been full-time since 2016, but guess what? I haven't been prospering every freaking year since 2016. I've had a lot of quiet seasons, a lot, where I had to pull back. God begins to get my attention through lack of success in business. He has a way of doing that. And through prayer, through fasting, through listening, through meditating, God, things begin to shift. Why? Because God has a bigger picture vision for my company, for my business than what I have. Right? So that's when you begin to do the shift from doing business for God and sort of do business with God. A lot of people do business and they put God's name on it. Right? They throw scriptures online. They talk about God. God is general language. But very few are doing business with God. And very few will be willing to go through the refining process, the pruning process, as what Christ described in John chapter 15. See, when I was going through these bumps and ups and downs, I would switch offers in a heartbeat. I would say, let me go try this, let me try that. And nothing clicked. Nothing began to work. And then I got to the point I said, you know what? I'm done launching all these different offers. I got to see what is God is doing. What God is doing right now is bigger than what I'm going through right now. It's bigger than the amount of money that's being made, the amount of money is not being made. It's bigger than all that stuff, right? Because God is thinking big picture, the same way he was with Joseph, right? If you read that whole chapter of Psalm 105, you would see that was part of God's plan. Why? Because God knew that by having Joseph go to Egypt early through bondage, through slavery, through imprisonment, it was going to free his people, sustain his people. Why? Because the famine came, and all kinds of people lost their lives during the famine. But Israel was saved through Joseph going to Egypt prior. So when God gave me this business with God challenge, and literally I had it through prayer, through meditation. Because if you guys know me for a while, I've been doing successful challenges since 2020. The Money and Marketing Masterclass, Get Visible with Virtual, Get Clients Consistently, the Kingdom Discovery Challenge, the Monetize Your Expertise Challenge, the Client Attraction Challenge, the Dream Client Intensive. We've done boot camps, we've done workshops, we've dropped the Expert Academy, we've done so many different powerful things, and we've helped literally over 2,000 people online earn way more money in their life and business, right? Through my products, through my services, through my books, things of that nature as well, through my courses, through my coaching, through my professional services, right? But God began to reveal to me how this challenge is about the fruit. Doing business with God, it's about the fruit of all the refinement process that God has been taking me through, right? And trying to, we want to avoid that process. Why? Because it doesn't feel good. But we can't get the outcome that the vision God has given us unless we go through it. It's like a catch-22, right? See, there are a lot of folks out there today who are launching, who are pitching, who are selling, secular and believers, right? Non-believers and believers, right? Who are launching, but they're not refined. And John 15 says that the Father prunes the branches that are already producing fruit so you can produce more fruit. And if you're not producing fruit, Jesus said that what? Excuse me, they're going to cut you off, throw you off, disregard you, throw you in the fire. A lot of folks out there are putting stuff out there on social media, but they have no fruit. They're just a clanging cymbal. They're just noise. They have no substance. Mm. And the third thing, guys, is that I want you to understand I've done a lot of powerful challenges. I've done more than what I listed, right? But this challenge is different. This is not strictly about you making more money in your business, which you will if you apply what's shared in this challenge. This is not about you building your brand more in your business, which you will if you apply what I teach you in this challenge. This is not about making more offers. You can sell more products and services, which you will if you apply what you will learn in this challenge. This is not about getting more clients and all that kind of stuff, which you will if you attend and apply what I would teach you in this challenge. It's not about tactics only. See, tactics is the bottom of the totem pole. I used to be a tactic type of coach and teacher because I thought that would move the needle. That doesn't move the needle. See, it's not about more information. Information doesn't move the needle. Transformation moves the needle, right? It's about you getting clarity. So there are folks right now who need your products and services, but your messaging, your positioning, your alignment, where you are right now, is not clear. So unfortunately, you cannot fulfill the purpose that God wants to fulfill through you. Is that making sense? So it's about clarity. It's about alignment. It's about activation. It's about knowing the authority, the God-given authority that kingdom citizens have, and walking in that authority and exercising that authority and knowing how to put it in the marketplace in a powerful and effective way without compromise. Without compromise. Without compromise. See? If you've been waiting for a moment to rebuild your business, to rebuild your brand, to rebuild your market, to rebuild your mindset, to rebuild your sales, to rebuild your team, to rebuild whatever it is, your content, what you're putting out there in the marketplace, and you might be getting decent results with it, but it's gonna plateau. And if you're a believer, it's because you're probably not building with God. All right? I'm telling you, this is what you need to attend. Oh my goodness. If you know without a shadow of a doubt, you're called to lead, to multiply, to create more impact, then this is a challenge for you. It's something I've never done before. It's so powerful. It's really next level. And here's the deal. This is not for everybody. This is not just, hey, get more leads, hey, get more fans, let's make more sales and all that. That's cool. You will be able to do all this. This is bigger. This is purposeful. This is way more impactful than anything like that. That I promise you. You probably say, Chris, I've attended challenge before. I'm sure you have. But I promise you have never attended a challenge like the Business with God challenge. That I can promise you. That I can promise you 100%. You have never attended a challenge like this Business with God challenge. Because I haven't. And God has me being the steward of this thing. And I've done lots of successful marketing challenges. I've done lots of successful sales challenges. I've done a successful kingdom business, kingdom concept challenges, but nothing. Because why? Because I'm in a different place today than where I was before. And you're in a different place today than when you were before. So if this resonates with you, because this is not for everybody, but if it resonates with you and you want to begin to do business with God, you want to be able to think big picture, create more impact, and you want to get on the path where you're not just making money for your business today, but you're setting up stuff that can be fruitful and productive for the next decade, decades, generations. This is the one challenge you need to attend. And here's the crazy thing. If you don't think it was worth anything that I'm saying, let me know at the end. Attend it, let me know. You can let me know at the day one. It doesn't matter. And we will give you your ticket tuition back. But if this anything I've said has resonated with you, and you're like, Chris, this is what I've been looking for. This doesn't sound like fluff. This doesn't sound like typical stuff that's out there. Then, and you want God to be in what you're doing. If you don't want God to be in nothing you're doing, then this isn't for you, and that's okay. All right. But if you want God to be in what you're doing, then go click the link. Click the link you might see underneath this video. If you don't see a link, simply go to the link over my head, right? Should be a link over my head right now, or go to businesswithgodchallenge.com. Very simple. Businesswithgodchallenge.com and register and get your spot. All right. Get it now. This is awesome. We start in 7 days. And I want to see you there. And I want to walk alongside of you to help you and I together. Let's lock horns and create kingdom impact together. Let's expand the kingdom in the marketplace together. Because I have my strengths, and I'm going to help you in your areas of weakness. And heck, you probably got areas of strengths that I don't have, right? But so if you want to expand the kingdom marketplace through your business, then come to the Business with God Challenge. Go to businesswithgodchallenge.com, get your spot, and I can't wait to see you there, my friend. God bless you, and I love you.